All right, let's talk about the difficulty of the game. Right now, I have it on relaxed, which is the easiest setting, and I am maxed out for my car in the class that I'm in at the upper end. And I just want to show you how not relaxed the competition is. There's nothing relaxing about the police or the cars that you're competing against. Now, I'm not the best driver, but I've played a lot of games on hard difficulty, and these motherfuckers ain't playing around. That's probably going to be one of the biggest drawbacks of the game. Absolutely, is you can win first place. I mean, I'm in first place right now. But the competition is very relentless. There's not a lot of room for error. Now, that wasn't a long race at all because I was at the tail end of it. I just wanted to show you that it is possible for me to actually win in first place. The other thing that's really messed up about the game is this buy-in thing, okay? So when you go and start a race, you generally have to buy in, a couple of $1,000s, and then sometimes the reward, if you don't place first place, you'll actually lose money. Well, how the fuck are you supposed to advance? Unfortunately, the best way to advance is to get one of those modifiers to your car that allows you to double the rewards of police chases, and 5 being the highest. So what ends up happening is from race to race, when you're on a map, like right now we're on a race. Like we're during a calendar day, if you will, because that's how the game plays. There's no dynamic day-night cycle. I've already made a video on that. Just give me a moment here. I'll try to... Oh, shit. I'll try to explain it while I'm evading the cops with 5 fucking heat level. So this is essentially the best way to make money because, like I was just saying with the buy-in, what ends up happening after a while is you run out of races on your map for that day. So that's when you need to go back to the safe house, and then that advances your day or your night. So every time you go to the garage and you exit, you would actually advance the story. The story is 4 weeks long, and each week compromises of 6 days, beginning on Sunday, ending on Friday. The racing gods chose to take the day off on Saturday. So if you only want to play at night or only playing during the day, that's not going to happen. This ain't Need for Speed Heat. So to me, that's definitely a letdown. For me, that's a problem. Now we've got reinforcements coming. At least you can see the difficulty on relaxed as to how the police is, but there's not a lot of room for error. And what actually makes them more difficult than what they seem, you can go through a gas station to repair your vehicle. The issue is there's nowhere for you to really escape. There's one place in the entire game right now that I'm aware of. Let me repair my vehicle. I'll show you that. Like, they're fucking psycho. And as they get close to you, they'll start, quote-unquote, busting you. But honestly, there's nothing relaxing about this. What the fuck is so relaxing about what I'm doing? I'm sweating more playing this game than doing P90X. I'm shaking, I'm trembling, my blood pressure, my heart. I'm about to fucking explode. And here's the spot. This is the magic right here. This is where it all happens.
Interceptors here to help.
At least I better be able to escape. There was an update, by the way. How are they busting me exactly? There we go.
Whole damn precinct out here to take this fool down.
You ain't taking shit down.
Somewhere on Southland Drive.
So this is crucial to making money, like I said, unfortunately. See, all the cars keep fucking flying off. It's kind of funny. That's a very common occurrence. And then look at the money at the top, not the 27,000. Look at the reward that I get with the perk. Maximum heat, 5 grand. So that's unfortunately how you have to make money. And if you look at the top there, at the top right, see where it says A+. Oh, shut it.
The mayor has issued a statement today.
Oh, fuck yourself. Seriously. I fucking hate when they talk constantly. But I'm just going to turn down the volume for myself. So the A+, you can see there's like a white bar underneath. So I am at the upper end of my class. If I was at the lower end, I would be struggling a lot more. But when you look at your map again, these are the events that I was talking about. As you progress through the weeks, you're able to do more advanced races. In other words, like your S classes, your, that kind of stuff. But there'll still be times where you can still do, for example, a B race. I think that's kind of fucked up because part of the premise of the game is that you need at least 4 vehicles, 1 for each class. Though there are 5 classes, so I'm assuming it's going to be A+, S+. I think they're going to phase out the B at some point. But you could see here the reward. There's a buy-in of 1,500, but you can win 3,700. I'm not too good at math, but that's like, just a few grand. And that's if you place first, which is very, very hard to do. I usually place like second or third. So if you place second, you're only going to make $1,500. Well, I'm at the point where it's $20,000 to $30,000 to upgrade one fucking part on my car, right? Cars cost, on the lower end, 20 grand for a piece of shit B car. Some of the intermediate cars, if you will, just to buy them, are like 50 to 100 grand. To give you some perspective, there's $1 million cars in here. Now, again, this is still early on. I know that there's some races that you can do that are in the several hundreds of thousands of dollars. I even heard a rumor that there's $1 million race, and that's quite possible. It's quite possible. But I'm not that far into the game, sadly. Again, 8 grand. Look at that. And it's a long race, too. 8 fucking grand to go in, but you can win a car. This one, it's buy-in 3 grand. You could win 15 if you place first, which I could promise you is not something a lot of people are doing. You might place, like I said, second or third. At best, you'll make $9,000. $9,000 in this fucking race when you can escape the cops like I'm doing. And within like a minute, assuming I can find police, right? Like, you could make that 10 grand in no time. See? I mean, it's pathetic. But honestly, this is the only viable thing that you can do. And it's not always that easy to race because you got to work your way up to the 5 stars, right? Because normally when you start off your day or your night, you have no heat because when you go to the garage, you remove it. And you could be thinking to yourself, oh, I'll just crash into cars and wait for reinforcement to come and I'll increase my heat level that way. And you can do that. The problem is, once you clear the cops once, your heat level drops back down to where it was when you exited the garage. Do you understand? So if you exit the garage, which like I said is normally 0, no heat. And you bring it up manually without doing races to 5, and then you escape, you'll go back down to 0 heat. You'll only get a couple of $100 for escaping the police. It's absolute trash. This is only worth doing if you've got that perk in the garage and you bring the heat to the maximum level. But with some of the gameplay that you saw here, you can see how relentless the police is. And you can get your car destroyed and then you lose everything. You see the at risk there. That money that you have, just like in most Need for Speeds, if you die, yeah, the cops are dumb. They love water. They think they're a fucking fish or a mermaid or some shit. in another life. They had a flashback. I must find a little mermaid. Don't ask. So again, I used to think this wouldn't be too efficient because it could take a while between, you know, you finding the police. But when you're at 4 or 5 and you start getting the helicopters, right? It's not like they're throwing fucking grenades at you and shit like that. They don't do anything. They just spot you. They follow you relentlessly. And they ping your location to, you know, to the land vehicles. It's just when it comes to this spot, they become brain dead. See? Holy fuck, they just... they just launched themselves into the water. Now, again, it's not always easy to work your way up to a 5 level. And now that I have that perk, instead of only getting $2,500, I'm getting $5,000. I just want to keep doing this, to be honest with you, to farm like a shit ton of money. Because in my humble opinion, Relaxed is supposed to be just that. It's relaxing. It just gives you the story. The AI should fuck off. You should be quite easily able to get first place. You should easily be able to do it. You should not have to be at the top of your class, right? And have to fucking, like, give it your all and then some. There's times where I've been on a straightaway and I would nitrous my way across without making a single mistake, not losing any time, catching perfect corners, the whole skit and skadoodle. And guess what ends up happening? Fucking cars are passing me. I'm like, bitch, what class is your car? Because there ain't no way that's just, you know, an A+ or whatever. There's just no fucking way. It's impossible. So, you could say to me, bro, it's all about skill. Shut your fucking pie hole, you dingleberry shit stain. It's not about skill. On Relaxed, are you fucking kidding me? I feel like the difficulty of Relaxed is what, like, fucking hard should be. Because it is hard. It's not even fucking normal. Okay? So, that needs to be addressed. It is almost game-breaking. Really. It really is. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. You think you're fucking smart. Your dumbass still fell in the fucking water. Yeah, so in this state, I mean, am I having fun? The performance is great. The draw distances, the texture pop-ins, they're pretty decent, especially when you're fucking driving at like 300 plus kilometers an hour. It's pretty impressive because this game runs at a native fucking 4K. Native 4K. Oh, would you just piss off and let me get my $5,000? What are you, getting smarter now since the last update? Because there's been an update that came out. We just don't know what the hell it's done. No one's talked about it because there's no patch notes on it. But yeah. Bar none. If you don't do this, you're almost stupid. I'll go as far as saying that. Because think, every time you escape, every other minute, the amount of money you get is what you would get out of a 10 or 15 minute race. Yeah, that's right. Drive off. Drive off, because I would have fucking backhanded you. Then you fucking know it, too. That looks bad. How did that happen? Ask EA and Criterion. Crustacean. Whatever the fuck they're called. Anyways, I could keep rambling on and on and on, but, you know, for a review, I didn't get into too much about, oh, how does the car handle and all that shit. It fucking handles it. It does its thing. That's it. Go in the fucking water. Plop. It's the difficulty. Like I said, it's, this game, and some people, a lot of people may not agree with me. This game, to me, is almost broken from a progressive standpoint. Now, I forgot to mention, which is very important, when you reach the end of the week, if you don't make the qualifier because you don't have the money or the vehicle that they ask you to have in order to achieve what you're supposed to achieve, what ends up happening is you get groundhogged. You know, Groundhog Day. You go back and you replay the prior day until you get your shit together. And I guess they're just going to stay there and watch the party. You get to replay the week until you can farm enough money. Because sometimes I forgot to mention this, which is still ties into everything I mentioned at the very beginning. There's times where the fucking buy-in is like 50 grand or more. 50,000. Are you kidding me? You got to do like 30-something races. Now, again, early beginning, but where I'm at, I can't make that much money per race, and I already have a thing at the end of the week where it's 50,000 just to join. That's not normal. Anyhow, I am enjoying the game, but that's because I'm cheesing the police for some cheddar. You know what I'm saying? Get it? Cheese cheddar? That was pretty good. I thought it was good. Maybe they need to upgrade their gas tanks so I can just keep kiting the helicopters so I can make this whole process go a lot quicker. It almost gives you the illusion that there's a dynamic day and night, because during the night as you play, it'll get like brighter on one side and it'll look really dark on the other. It's almost like it's not really fully night. But anyways, I've noticed that quite a bit. I think I'm just going to end it here because I think I did more ranting than I did anything else. But I did highlight pretty quickly what it looked like for the race, how it was pretty like, holy shitballs. You got to really stay on your A game. You got to see a police chase on level 5 on relaxed difficulty. You got to see a little bit of that difficulty play out. And then how I just completely smother / annihilate the difficulty with the police glitch, the police cheese. Usually it's bacon. That's you see what I did there? It's cringy, but I had to do it. So now instead of the police looking for me, I'm now looking for the police. But I can promise you the time it's going to take for me to find the police is going to be a lot less than it would for me to do an entire race just to make a couple of grand. Do these guys even do anything? Or do they just fucking stand? Oh, there's a spike strip. Hey, McFly. Now that's relaxed. Right? Because they're in their vehicle. Or did they run off to Dunkin' Donuts? I can't tell. Where the fuck are they? They're gone. They're not in their vehicle. They've gone to play hooky. I know it. Yeah, don't ask me what that is, because that was from a prior chase. So it's almost like a residual effect. It's like it's still there. Hey, dipshit, I'm over here. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? It was that easy for me to lose them? Now that I'm trying to get their fucking attention? I better get back to my spot ASAP. No pun intended. Get it? ASAP, the rapper. You know, anyways. That was an... Holy shit. Yeah, right away. Sometimes they spawn on that bridge, by the way. They just fucking literally... like some voodoo shit. Like Shin Lim. Or David Blaine. Or whatever those magicians' names are. I don't know what the hell their names are. Okay, that's enough rambling. Let me know down below if you've been playing the game. What you think of the difficulty. And be honest. Don't be a fucking try-hard elitist douchebag. Dingleberry shitstain. Trying to tell me the game is easy as shit and that you've been playing it on the hardest difficulty with the lowest amount of fucking upgrades and that you've just been rocking that bitch first place because you're full of shit. But yeah. Let me know. And if you haven't bought the game, let me know if this kind of throws you off and if you're nervous to get the game. Alright, bye for now.